retired couple who sold everything and bought a boat, with the intention of living the dream in our 30 years. So I'm starting work on the pedestal. I've started disassembling. I've taken the bow thruster off, I've taken the nav station off, and I've taken the autopilot controller off. They were all straightforward. What I don't know is how on earth this thing comes apart. I think it's just glued with a lot of glue. So there's no more screws holding anything. So we'll just cut through all this and see what comes away. I'm going to have to remake quite a lot of this, unfortunately. But hey ho. Right, well I think I've cut through most of it, so yeah. There we go. Wow. So we've got that off. Might end up remaking the whole lot, I don't know yet. Something for me to think about. See if we can make something a little bit neater, probably. It's a day to do some planning and little bits of indoor jobs. What I'm trying to do is update the steering pedestal with the instruments. I didn't like the layout, I didn't like the box and the way it was all set out. We have a number of things that we need to put in place and some things that I wanted to move, especially the autopilot, which that's the cover for it. But primarily we've got the Garmin MFD, we've got the Raymarine autopilot, and then I've got the two switches for the bow thruster and the anchor. They're the main items. We've also then got things like switches, buttons, etc. Things for the horn, switches for the wipers, little incidental things. So I'm just trying to get a sort of feel for a layout. I've got an idea of what I want to do, which is I want to compress it from a wideish box, compress it in and bring it up something neater. So I'm actually using the old board at the moment that came from behind the lower helm, and I'll use this more of a template and a sketch out. Okay, so hopefully this will show up. So we've got the Garmin at the top, the Raymarine autopilot just below it, bow thruster and anchor controls, windscreen wiper switches. I think that will look okay. What I have to do now is sacrifice this, cut this out so I can then try it somewhere on the Binnacle. Marine networking pieces, it's absolute daylight robbery. This is a converter from Seatalk NG for Raymarine to standard NEMA 2000. It's 130 mil long, £40. Absolute daylight robbery. I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous. On a better note, and I'm filming this using the Wolfang camera, this is how the console is going to look. I've got it laid out now. I've just got to clean it up a bit more and then determine exactly how we'll fasten everything and box it all in. So, progress. So typically a bit of a mess in the cockpit again. I'm now going to carry on working on the console. What I've done, it looks a bit odd at the moment, but I've got a temporary piece down here. That's finished as far as shaping, rough shaping is concerned. All the instruments are in, everything I want in is there. On this side, I put this on last night just to make sure that that didn't fall down. That bottom piece is there just to stop it falling any further that way. This needs cutting to the correct height and at an angle to match a piece that I'll put down this face here. And also it wants cutting to the correct length. Don't know what that is at the moment. So a lot of this is sort of work it out as you go. So the next part is to continue around this side and match those up, and then I can start working on these pieces here once I've worked out how much I have to step back from this face, because obviously the cabling is coming up there and I can't get the cabling to go the other side because it's not long enough. It's because it's got to go around a twist and it won't do that. So all that is what I cut off yesterday from this central block, and that was to give space in here for the backs of the switches and instruments, etc. And round that side, that's what it will looks like from the working side. Right, so what we're doing here is I'm going to take the instruments out in a minute. I'm making the box to go around the instrument binnacle. I don't want it too big. These that's all to be cut back. Same with that, same with this. I've got to determine how wide this top is. These are my problems, these cables here. They will go back in just about to that face. So what I can do is, if I route out a groove down there, and let those cables into there, and then this becomes my back and keeps this top fairly neat up here. And that way all of this will fit together. I'm going to use access point will be from the back. Originally I thought about, well, I'll lift the front forward to access the instruments, but if I do it from the back, that simplifies things. So I've started to make a groove. I'm just doing it freehand to cater for these cables. And I think that should do us. So apart from installing the instruments, the box is done. We've got the cabling in. It's all around this side, you can't see it at the moment. Next job, tidy up the mess. Button works. Yep, Bale thruster works. That's super. Coming up next time. Hartlepool Marina, Hartlepool Marina. Baru, over. Yeah, Colin, if we could request a lock out, please, over. Okay, we'll slip. Thank you, Colin. Baru out. This could go horribly wrong. Join us next time.